the foundation of self-growth. Introduction: the hidden truth about work and life. My friends, let me begin with a question. Have you ever noticed how we spend most of our lives running after a job, a paycheck, or a title, and yet deep down we still feel incomplete? We work 8, 10, sometimes 12 hours a day. We pour our energy into our companies, our projects, our deadlines. But when the day ends and we look in the mirror, a question whispers inside us. Am I only building a career, or am I building myself? Here's the truth most people miss. You get paid for the hours you put into your job, but life rewards you for the hours you put into yourself. That single idea can transform the entire direction of your life. Think about it carefully. A job can replace you in a week. Your company can hire someone else tomorrow. But who you are becoming, that is something no one can replace. Your job gives you income. Your self-growth gives you a life. The trap of job-centered living. Most people wake up every morning with the same thought: how can I do better at my job today? And it's not wrong. Doing well at work is important. But here's the trap. Very few people wake up asking, how can I become a better version of myself today? That difference in mindset separates the average from the extraordinary. A job is temporary. Salaries are temporary. Positions are temporary. Even the praise from your boss or colleagues is temporary. But self-growth, the mindset you build, the discipline you develop, the wisdom you collect, that is permanent. Imagine two people. Both get hired for the same job at the same company. Person A works only during office hours, just enough to get by. Person B not only works at the job but also invests time after hours to improve, reading, learning, exercising, upgrading skills. Fast forward 5 years. Who do you think will stand out? Who will attract better opportunities? It's not about luck. It's about growth. The power of internal investments. Let me introduce you to 2 types of investments in life. External investments: your job, your income, your possessions, your promotions. Internal investments: your mindset, your skills, your habits, your health, your emotional intelligence. Now here's the key difference. External investments can be taken away. Company can shut down. A job can disappear. Possessions can be lost. But internal investments belong to you forever. No one can steal your wisdom. No one can fire your discipline. No one can take away your character. When you invest in yourself, you are building wealth that compounds for life. Why self-growth creates true value. The world doesn't pay you for the time you spend. It pays you for the value you bring. And where does value come from? Value is the fruit of self-growth. Let me give you an example. Imagine 2 employees working in the same office. Both spend 8 hours a day at their desks. Employee A completes tasks mechanically, just following instructions. Employee B, however, thinks creatively, solves problems, and brings new ideas to the table. Both worked the same 8 hours, but one created far more value. Which one do you think will be promoted? Which one will attract new opportunities? This is why focusing only on time is a mistake. What matters is how valuable you become during that time, and that value comes from self-growth. The illusion of security. Many people believe, if I work hard at my job, I will secure my future. But let me shatter that illusion. Jobs are not security. Positions are not security. Salaries are not security. The only real security is who you become in the process of life. Because here's the truth. You might lose a job, but you will never lose your skills. You might lose a salary, but you will never lose your discipline. You might lose a position, but you will never lose your wisdom. That's why the greatest investment you can make is not in your job, but in yourself. The autopilot trap. Look around you. So many people live life on autopilot. They wake up, rush to work, complete tasks, get their paycheck, go home, watch TV or scroll their phones, sleep, and repeat. Day after day, week after week, year after year. But how many of them pause and ask, am I growing as a person? Am I stronger than I was yesterday? Am I building habits that will serve me tomorrow? The tragedy is that many never ask these questions. And then, years later, they look back and wonder why nothing changed. The real career, who you are becoming. Your real career is not the one written on your business card. Your real career is who you are becoming inside. Your job can give you a title, but your growth gives you transformation. Your company can give you a paycheck, but your self-work gives you peace, strength, and confidence. Your employer can decide your salary, but only you can decide your character. So let me say it again. Your real career is the person you are building every single day. A story of 2 paths. Let me illustrate with a story. Two friends, Arjun and Kabir, joined the same company as fresh graduates. Both were smart, eager, and hardworking. Arjun decided to give everything to his job. He worked late, completed all his assignments, and became a reliable employee. But after work, he was exhausted. He spent his evenings watching TV, scrolling social media, and hanging out without purpose. Kabir, on the other hand, also worked hard at his job. But he made a promise to himself. Every day, after work, he would dedicate at least 1 hour to personal growth. He read books on communication. He took online courses. He exercised to build energy. He reflected in a journal to sharpen his mind. 5 years passed. Arjun was still in the same position, doing the same tasks, waiting for a promotion that never seemed to come. Kabir, however, had been promoted twice. He had built a strong reputation in the company. Opportunities from outside organizations were coming to him. Why? Because while both had the same job, only Kabir worked on himself. This story is not about Arjun and Kabir. It's about us. Which one are we becoming? The daily question. My friends, growth doesn't happen automatically. It happens intentionally. So every day, ask yourself 3 simple questions. What can I learn today? What can I improve today? What habit can I build today that will serve me tomorrow? It doesn't have to be big. Growth is not about giant leaps. It's about small, consistent steps. Read 10 pages of a book. Write in a journal. Practice gratitude for 5 minutes. Exercise for 30 minutes. Learn 1 new skill online. These small actions, repeated daily, create extraordinary results over time. The seed and the tree. Think of it like planting a seed. When you plant a seed, you don't see results the next day. You water it daily, protect it, nurture it. At first, nothing seems to change. But over time, the seed breaks the soil, grows into a sapling, and one day becomes a mighty tree. Self-growth is the same. You may not see results immediately, but if you stay consistent, reading, learning, training, reflecting, one day you will look back and realize you have transformed into someone powerful, unshakable, unstoppable. The call to action. So my friends, here is my challenge for you. From today onwards, dedicate at least 1 hour every single day to yourself. Not your job, not your company, not your boss, yourself. Because when you work on yourself more than you work on your job, your future self will thank you. Not just with money, but with peace, freedom, and fulfillment. Remember, working hard on your job gives you income. Working hard on yourself gives you impact. And income fades, but impact lasts forever. Building habits and discipline for transformation. Why small actions matter more than big dreams. Everyone has dreams. Everyone wants success, happiness, and freedom. But here's the truth that most people ignore. Dreams don't build your life. Habits do. Think about it. A dream is like a beautiful picture in your mind. It excites you. It gives you hope. But if you never act on it, it remains only a picture. Habits, on the other hand, are actions repeated daily. They are small, sometimes invisible steps that, over time, create massive results. That's why in this part, we will explore how habits and discipline can completely transform your life. Step by step, day by day. Why daily growth beats occasional efforts. Most people treat growth like a sudden event. They attend a seminar once a year, feel inspired for a week, and then go back to their old routines. Or they start a new routine, get excited for 3 days, then give up. But here's the principle you must understand. Success is not built in a day. It is built daily. Imagine a man who goes to the gym for 10 hours straight one day. Will he become fit overnight? No. But if he spends just 30 minutes every day at the gym, consistently, for 6 months, his body will transform. It's not the intensity of your actions. It's the consistency. Discipline beats motivation every single time. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. The myth of finding time. Many people say, I don't have time to work on myself. My job, my family, my responsibilities, everything takes my time. But let me be honest, you don't find time. You create time. We all have the same 24 hours. The difference lies in priorities. If you can spend 2 hours scrolling social media, or 3 hours watching TV shows, then you can spend at least 1 hour building yourself. It's not about lack of time. It's about lack of focus. Think of it this way. If your phone battery is low, you immediately search for a charger. But when your energy, knowledge, or discipline is low, do you search for a way to recharge yourself? Creating time for growth is not optional. It is survival. Two paths. Ordinary versus extraordinary. Let's imagine two professionals again. Person A works hard at the job, but does nothing beyond that. Every evening is spent on entertainment and relaxation. Growth is slow, almost invisible. Person B works the same job, but dedicates 1 hour daily to reading, learning, exercising, or reflecting. Over a year, that's 365 hours of growth. In 5 years, that's 1,825 hours. A treasure chest of improvement. Now ask yourself, who will stand out? Who will rise above the ordinary? The answer is obvious. Person B. Not because of luck, but because of consistent habits. The compound effect of habits. Habits work like compound interest in finance. At first, the results are small, almost invisible. But over time, they multiply into something extraordinary. Let's say you decide to read 10 pages of a book daily. That doesn't seem like much. But in 1 year, you'll finish more than 15 books. Over 5 years, that's 75 books. Wisdom that can reshape your mind. Or imagine exercising just 30 minutes daily. After 1 week, you may not notice big changes. But after 1 year, you will be healthier, stronger, and more confident. Habits don't show their power immediately. But if you stay consistent, they will rewrite your entire future. The formula of lasting discipline. Now the big question, how do you build discipline that lasts? Here are 5 powerful steps. Start small. Don't try to change everything overnight. Begin with tiny actions. For example, write in a journal for 5 minutes instead of aiming for 30 minutes from day 1. Be consistent. Success comes from repetition, not intensity. Do it daily even if it's small. Track progress. Write down your habits. Seeing progress motivates you to continue. Reward yourself. Celebrate small victories. Discipline doesn't mean punishment. It means progress. Forgive mistakes. If you miss a day, don't quit. Reset and continue. Progress is never about perfection. The story of Ramesh and his morning routine. Let me tell you a story. Ramesh was a young man with big dreams but poor discipline. He always said, "I'll start tomorrow." His mornings were chaotic. Waking up late, rushing to work, skipping breakfast. His entire day felt rushed and stressful. One day, he heard a mentor say, "Your mornings shape your destiny." That line hit him. He decided to test it. He started waking up just 1 hour earlier. In that extra hour, he exercised for 20 minutes, read 10 pages of a book, and wrote down 3 goals for the day. First, it felt hard. But after 2 weeks, his body adapted. After a month, his energy increased. After 6 months, his life was different. His colleagues noticed his confidence. His boss trusted him with new responsibilities. All because of one simple habit, owning his mornings. Ramesh realized the truth. Discipline is freedom in disguise. The role of environment. Habits don't grow in isolation. They grow in the environment you create. If you want to eat healthy, don't keep junk food at home. If you want to read more, keep books where you can see them. If you want to exercise, keep your workout clothes ready the night before. Environment either supports your habits or destroys them. Design it wisely. Discipline in 4 dimensions of life. True transformation requires discipline in all 4 areas of life. Mind, reading, learning, reflecting, meditating. Body, exercise, sleep, nutrition, energy management. Emotions, gratitude, kindness, controlling anger, building patience. Spirit, purpose, values, contribution, faith. When you work on all 4, you don't just grow, you transform into a complete human being. Why most people fail at discipline. Here's the harsh reality. Most people fail not because they can't, but because they expect instant results. They start a new habit, but when results don't appear in a week, they quit. They forge. That real change is invisible in the short term but undeniable in the long term. Imagine planting a seed and then digging it up every day to check if it's growing. That's how most people treat habits. They expect miracles overnight. But discipline requires patience. Legacy of habits. Remember this. The habits you build today will decide the stories people tell about you tomorrow. If you build the habit of learning, you'll be remembered as wise. If you build the habit of discipline, you'll be remembered as reliable. If you build the habit of kindness, you'll be remembered as inspiring. Habits don't just shape your life. They shape your legacy. Final call to action. So here's my challenge to you. Choose one habit today that will make your future self proud. Just one. Maybe it's reading daily. Maybe it's exercising. Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's practicing gratitude. Commit to it. Protect it. Repeat it. Because your habits today are the foundation of your destiny tomorrow. Remember, dreams inspire you. Habits shape you. Discipline frees you. And if you master your habits and discipline, there is no power in the world that can stop you from becoming extraordinary.